I'm here with DePaul Athletic Director Jean Lenti-Ponsetto, and thank you for your time. Very much appreciated. I know you're very busy. After months and perhaps years of negotiations and with the desire for a new facility, what finally got this deal done?
Well, I think what finally got the deal done is that I think the city was able to look at all the different aspects of how everyone was going to benefit, and I think that the mayor is the one that came up with the strategy. The mayor and his team came up with the strategy of how it was that they could manage what they wanted to do at both Navy Pier and manage what they could do at McCormick Place for the convention and tourism business. And very fortunately, I think as the mayor said this morning in his press conferences, the city would not have been afforded the opportunity to do this without DePaul's involvement. So putting together this public-private partnership, I think we've been in conversations for since maybe last June, or I want to say since last June. But it's really been about the city coming up with being creative and innovative about how they could make both of these projects work to their advantage, and we were a willing partner to engage with them because we had a need. And again, as I've said before, DePaul's need is for about 31 dates and some practice opportunities at the facility, mostly when it's available. And then the city will be about the business of putting all other kinds of events in there, the other 300 plus days.
Of course, there are some people who wish that the new facility could have been built right here in Lincoln Park. Obviously, there wasn't enough room or logistics for that. Can you explain that in more detail for those who don't understand?
Well, we did a feasibility study, which we brought in a company, one of the leaders in the industry, AECOM, and they did an outstanding job of helping us look at all the different footprints of property that were available, as well as our real estate team at the university, who has worked on real estate in a variety of neighborhoods in Chicago for DePaul's acquisition or for future projects. And it was just really apparent to us that where we are as an institution and what it is that we hope to accomplish at the end of the strategic plan 2018, that the commitment that the $70 million commitment that we have made to the city is about where we felt was the right place for us to be. So and not having property that we already owned available to us on our campus, and nothing available to us in our Lincoln Park footprint here, pretty much put us in a position where we were going to look to partner with the city and as best way we possibly could.
Earlier this year, the United Center had reached out to DePaul University about you guys playing there, and obviously the deal, you guys ended up turning it down. What went into that, and why ultimately was the decision made not to play at the United Center?
Well, the ultimate decision was because we, again, very grateful, very appreciative of the opportunity for the United Center to consider hosting us in our men's basketball program. But it was very apparent, based on our experience and the experience of other members of our league, that those practice opportunities that we felt we needed for us to have a place be our home court advantage as our home arena were going to be very, very limited. As well, the opportunities for our visiting teams to be able to practice were going to be very, very limited. And so logistically, it just didn't have everything that it needed for us to build a championship caliber program.
Of course, UIC has the pavilion, had it for many years. Chicago State a few years back opened up the Convocation Center. Loyola redid the Gentile Center. Do you now feel that with this new facility, you guys will be able to finally get that competitive edge over those other schools?
I think one of the things that DePaul has always found ways to be successful in spite of what we don't have, and I think that was really apparent in for our men's basketball program in the 80s and the late 70s, the 80s, and part of the 90s, and then we did have an NCAA appearance with our men's basketball program in 2004. So we've always found ways to overcome and be successful. I think as we look at not only wanting to be, Chicago's basketball programs, we want to be the best team in the Big East as well. We know that we need to have a facility that's first rate for us to be able to compete in the Big East.
Do you think that ultimately this new facility will help recruiting down the line?
I certainly expect that it will.
All right, thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.